Well, before I was even at Morgan Stanley Children's Hospital, I was sick for a long, long time. In January of 2007, I discovered a lump on the side of my neck. So of course my parents brought me to a regular pediatrician doctor, and she assured us that everything was fine, everything was normal. So we really thought nothing of it, but then as months went on, I got worse and worse. It seemed like I was getting a new symptom every month.
The day that Dr. Weiner told us that she had cancer, it was shocking. It just takes your breath away when you hear those words. But because she was sick for a long time before we found out what her actual diagnosis was, it was a little bit of a relief, because then we knew that there was something wrong, we had a diagnosis, and we knew that they would be able to make her better.
All the doctors, nurses, and child life staff were really great. They did like every single thing possibly they could do to make me feel better. So I was really grateful for that.
The very first week when we were inpatient, and the child life specialist, I think it was Peggy, came in, and she came in with dolls and showed Brianna exactly what a port was, because we never knew what a port was. We only knew that a place where the boats pull in. And she did a whole lesson and stayed for hours and taught Brianna
She explained
about
everything to us, because the cancer language is so much different than everything else. Like, when does positive become negative and negative becomes positive? And just, she explained everything to us, so that was really great.
And the doll was great, because the doll, they actually showed Brianna the port inside the doll and how it would get in there, and what they would do to access the port, because that was just all really new to us, but it was happening very fast, because the day she was diagnosed, the second day they put the port in, and day 3 they started chemo. So everything was happening really fast, but the child life people were in at day 1, and they came in every day and taught us a little bit more every day, and that was a huge help.
Well, while I was coming here to get treatments, it was really, really difficult. While I was receiving chemo, it made me exhausted, it made me tired, sad, and sick. Just getting acupuncture really made me feel better. Like when I received chemo, there was a point in every single cycle where I got really, really extremely nauseous. So whenever I would come to the clinic, my mom would schedule an appointment with the acupuncturist, and they would give me acupuncture, and my nausea would go away.
It was called the Integrated Service Department.
Yeah. They don't only do acupuncture, they have massages, aromatherapy, acupuncture, yoga, and they even have a nutritionist. Even though I had cancer and it affected me, I think it affected my whole family equally.
I'm not sure what the term is that they use for it, but there was a place that they went to separately, because I have Brianna has an older sister and a younger sister, and they went separately for I guess counseling, or just to meet other kids that have siblings also that are being treated, and that really helped them a lot. There was also a tutor here that helped my younger daughter get her homework done, because she would come here after school and somebody would help her do her homework, and that was a huge help for all of us. Because whenever Brianna was in the hospital, I spent my whole time here, so I was away from my other kids, but there was a lot of people here helping me.
Well, once my friends began to know a little bit about cancer and how you lose your hair and stuff, my whole entire Girl Scout troop cut their hair and donated it to Locks of Love.
They all cut their hair. Before Brianna lost her hair, it was very, very long, so she cut it really, really short, like a little bob. So all of her friends cut their hair in the same bob as Brianna, and they called it the Brianna Bob.
Yeah, and they all donated it to Locks of Love, so Locks of Love can make donations of wigs to cancer patients like me. Well, the first thing anybody should know who's diagnosed with cancer is that you have a long, hard road in front of you. You'll have good days and bad days, but you have to think of it as a journey. And when your journey's over, you'll be 100% back to normal and living the life you did before.